What if I told you this fill spell right here is the answer to your meta problem?
Huh?
All face-up monsters on the field becomes dark. They become a dark type. Yeah. And this is all what's important. This is the only thing important. This is the effect that destroys the meta right now. Alright, you must be asking, bro, what you Duelist? what the hell are you talking about, bro? Okay, let's see how this works. Let's just see the deck in action. So here we are gonna, well, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. let's just excuse this. We didn't see this. We didn't see this. But what's important is we are gonna touch on why Lair is so effective against the current meta right now. Alright, so the opponent is now kicking into the FIENDSMITH engine. Now, what I love here is that in order to go into FIENDSMITH Requiem, which is the level 1 link monster, you need a light fiend monster. But since Lair of Darkness turns every monster in the field to dark, the opponent is automatically shut out of the FIENDSMITH engine. This is so funny. So now the opponent is now forced, get rid of this guy to go into the Snake Eye engine. But you know what's also funny? The Lair of Darkness also is somewhat effective against the Snake Eye engine. But we're gonna touch on that a little later. Little later in the we're gonna see how exactly and why exactly it is so effective. But from here on out, I'm gonna be utilizing my various cards because they are quite effective. But the purpose of this is not even to showcase the full extent of Lair of Darkness or this deck in itself. Is just how effective Lair of Darkness, the field spell, is against the current meta in Yu-Gi-Oh. But well, we're just gonna be doing some flexing. Just gonna be into flexing. So we somewhat automatically shut down this here, which is quite nice. But yeah, so yeah, the opponent fears the Lair of Darkness and definitely fears the virus card. Who is not afraid of the virus card? Like, but bro, we are still good, right? The purpose of this video is Lair of Darkness, and here we're gonna be flexing the Lair of Darkness. Quickest effect. I'm gonna activate the effect here. There's nothing you guys can do. Yeah, let's get rid of the piss. Yeah, all this extension here, it doesn't add any form of negation or interruption, so we are all fine. From here, I'm gonna search for Sarane with the effect of our armor, go into a dark so we can get his Bahamut in the graveyard. Send our Yugioh to the graveyard. Get a search here. Activate this effect. Oh, bro, this is nice. This is quite nice. We are looking good. Now, as I said, a little later, later is apparently now, forming a defense here, we are gonna see how effective Lair of Darkness is even against the Snake Eye archetype. So which means Lair of Darkness in this matchup is not bad. It's not bad. Alright. Let's see this here, right? So the opponent is doing some extension here. Yeah. Okay. I had a little misplay here because I wasn't like sure how this effect worked. I thought it like the fact that I did point to a monster, it would just automatically link summon. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And you know, I brought Baldrick on the field to do some form of interrupting, and unfortunately, that didn't happen. Now, it's from right here. Lair of Darkness shows its true power because from the Peruvian princess hits the field, the opponent is automatically locked into fire monsters. Now, what is quite interesting here, based on this board here, well, we can just die. However, just because Lair of Darkness is on the field and all these monsters are dark types, this changes everything, because since the opponent now is locked into fire monsters, and if we do know this deck's extra deck monsters, the fire monsters in the deck extra deck requires fire monsters. The Fire Charmer requires you to have one fire monster. Also, one of the best cards they would jump into, which is the Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, requires fire monsters. So basically, the opponent is unable to remove this card on the field. So we're not gonna see any of the Flame Budge big extension or the Foreign Princess getting itself into the graveyard to have that form of negation. I want to negation, actual destruction. That being said, even if this card happened to be in the graveyard, because this card states if the opponent were to special summon a monster while this card is in the graveyard, you can target one fire monster in the field and one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. However, with Lair of Darkness on the field, that is not even possible because all monsters are dark, so you won't even get this grave effect. But just with Lair of Darkness being in the field, the opponent is unable to do some crazy extension, and this is the most they can do. This is the most they can do. Oh my god. And this is all because of Lair of Darkness, the effect that forces all monsters to be dark types on the field. And from here, it just doesn't end well for the opponent. We're going to be calling a GG because now I'm going into the branded fusion. Yes, so this deck is basically branded Lair of Darkness. Yeah, this video is not to touch on this deck, it's just to show how effective Lair of Darkness is. So definitely, you know, we are gonna have a second video coming up where we're gonna discuss the deck and the idea and the concept. But let's see some more application of Lair of Darkness versus the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! How effective it is. It shuts down everything. That doesn't really matter. We are gonna set our board. Now here we're gonna see one very important card. And this is why the reason why I really love this deck idea. Right? One, this is searchable due to Lilith, and two, this works so good with Lair of Darkness. This is a super poly with Lair of Darkness. Well, it's a super poly on its own, but with Lair of Darkness, it kind of makes the super poly a little bit more fun because you force the opponent to have dark monsters in the field, which allows us to go into certain monsters which are quite fun. But we're gonna see it. But let's see how effective Lair of Darkness is against TENPAI Dragon, which is one of the most feared decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, TENPAI Dragon is mainly feared due to the effect of the field spell, because the deck basically protects its monster, and the field spell reads during your main phase 1, 5 dragon monsters you control are unaffected by the opponent's activated cards. With Lair of Darkness on the field, the dragons are no longer fire, they are all dark, which means we can affect all these monsters. The scariest, oh, okay, I won't say scariest because the scariest part of TENPAI Dragon is during the battle phase. But what leads into this is the field spell. And we are shutting down a field spell with just the activation of our skill. We don't continue the effects, just the fact that Lair of Darkness is activated on the field. The monsters are dark changes everything. Let's see this again. Let's see this play. The opponent is unaware and the opponent searches the Chandra. This effect reads, if you control a fire dragon, you can special summon this card from your hand. Bro, you don't have a fire dragon on the field, you have a dark dragon, so which means he's unable to utilize this effect. And unfortunately, okay, this guy learned it a little too late. This is why he has to go this route, because you know he's trying to search here. We had to ash this because most likely the opponent is now trying to dig through his deck or her deck to get an out to this guy. But now we ain't allowing that. Goes into, bro, it doesn't really matter. And how are we gonna see the flexness? You're gonna see the flexness, because from here I'm gonna activate it. Branded Banishment, which is gonna allow us now to special summon this guy, and we are gonna super poly the opponent's board to go into trip over your come. So now we break the opponent board and special summon a monster that can negate us extra deck summon. This is quite crazy. From here, it is straight GG's. Extend the handshake. Next brew, my guy. See you later. If you made it so far in this video, then definitely you should be drop kicking that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. In case you guys are interested in this build, this is the concept right here. In another video, I'm gonna dive in a little deeper, but this is the current deck list. This is me experimenting with branded with Lair. It's just a way to speed up the deck and allow us to have bigger monsters on the field so we can fully utilize the virus cards.